cue that thing up, man. We got to fact to cap this thing now.
I hated LT, Eric. I hated watching that, man.
So you
made
mean
me
to
sick to my stomach?
It's time for America's favorite game show? Is it?
It is.
Fact.
We might have already said it, and y'all might have already, tipped your hand on this question, but it's Big Ben done. Fact to cap.
Fact.
Even though I said running back, because you have to, based off his contract, based off
that 40 mil,
based off your team, based
20
off
mil to cut. That's the best deal ever.
It's the physics.
Okay, so let's make it a little bit more. I won't say is it difficult, but let me rephrase it. Factor cap. Next year, Big Ben will be the worst quarterback in the AFC North.
Cap.
Now that's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Cap.
That's a fact.
Who's worse than the Ben that you've seen this year? Who's worse?
But the thing is, Joe Burrow's coming off of ACL, man. And so it's like, as much as I like how Burrow looked this year, I'm not going to put him coming off his ACL because quarterbacks tend to struggle that first year back after ACL, especially quarterbacks that throw a lot. So I'm not just going to say you're the worst quarterback. I want to see it. And Baker, I'm a Baker guy, but consistency has been his problem. Yes, he's put it together late this season, but have we yet to see a whole season? Good gracious, AJ. We yet to see a whole season of Baker just being consistent. So if Ben could just still do his regular season thing, I don't think he'll be the worst quarterback.
But my thing about get these comments up here, AJ. I'm sorry.
My fault.
Like that. I like what you said about that, Cannon. You sold me. I still a fact. But my thing about that is I believe that Baker in this is about to be the first time that he had the same offensive play caller in 2 years in a row. And he's excelled, despite what we think about Baker, he's excelled in his offense. So he's only going to get better. I believe definitely Ben's definitely about to be back. He's about to be,
Eric and I agree 2 weeks in a row. That's history.
Making millions tomorrow, baby. Making millions tomorrow.
Definitely need to play that.
Dan, you got one still? You got a fact that cap Steelers related? If you don't, I'm gonna go. Let me go.
I got it.
Okay.
Connor is gonna have fact the cap. Connor is gonna have a resurgent running back year next year.
Yeah, for another team. Fact.
Yeah. I was gonna say it ain't gonna be with the Steelers.
They might keep him though.
Why?
Because who do you have to replace him?
Didn't they just draft Anthony McFarland?
Hill just said they gotta run it back. You need a running back too.
I didn't name him.
I'm about to say when you say running back, that means you're getting Devin Bush back and Bud Dupree and all them. James Conner, you get gone, buddy.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm scarred by Madden because Conner put up 200 on
me. If you don't get it,
I'm glad you said it, AJ. I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey, look, this is PS5, so this is fact.
It probably is fact, but I'm gonna break it down. Like I said, how I feel about running backs. I feel I'm one of the people that say pay running backs, pay transcendent running backs, people that got running backs, they got a special skill set. If your ass is regular, you can be replaced.
We can get another motherfucker in here to do that.
We can go find another James Conner in this draft.
Got a little bit too much dip on your chip.
And on top of that, the running game won't that good anyway.
It won't. So, not in real life.
So you ain't showing me nothing that I got to bring you back. You can go and be a resurgence for Miami, or for somebody else, a team that need a running back.
Washington.
Cap.
Okay, let's read that.
Okay, factor cap. Jacksonville Jaguars, the scariest team this offseason with the number 1 pick, number 20th pick, and $100 million in cap space. As far as off-season moves, that's a fact. As far as off-season moves, that's a fact. But
as far as being scary, as far as the team next year, that's cap.
Why not?
Because we've seen it all the time. We've seen teams who have lots of cap space. Most of the time when you have lots of cap, they're not even going to get close to spending 100. They're only going to spend 45 to 50, right? So they're only going to spend 45 to 50, mark my words. And then depending on who you draft, 2 players in the NFL, unless you get somebody like a TJ Watt, I don't, or Chase Young, I don't see just someone just instantly changing you around like that. So maybe if they were already middle of the road team, I would say hell yeah. But because they were so trash last year, I don't think one off season is enough to do it.
And this is where you want to go, AJ, before I go detail.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I have no sympathy for the Jaguars being so shitty because y'all had a Super Bowl caliber team
A few years ago.
and y'all let Blake Bortles head that shit. Had you actually been like, you know what, this can get us somewhere. Let's make a little bit of change. I think, and I know I won't get too deep into it, but had you just had some nuts and said, fuck it, let's go get Colin Kaepernick, I think you might have did better than Blake Bortles. But that's just
Blake Bortles is missing screen passes, bro.
I literally think y'all fucked up a Super Bowl caliber team because y'all had so much pride to not go out and sign Colin Kaepernick. And that Colin Kaepernick, it wasn't 4 years out of the league, Colin Kaepernick.
We got to know the fact the cap's coming in, baby.
Yeah, put that on.
Not yet. Let me answer this first.
Go ahead.
Cannon, let me know who one of your favorite coaches is. I'll answer that for you. Brian Flores, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miami was trash last year, right?
Yeah.
How many games they win this year?
Was it 10?
10. 10. And they spent the bag in the offseason. Why?
Yeah,
they spent the bag and they got competitive.
Yeah,
right?
they did. Yeah.
So if Trevor Lawrence is who we think he is, let's just assume that he's going to be the first overall pick.
Who's the coach?
Can I get there?
Because it ain't Flores.
Can I get there? Can I get there?
I was going to say that, AJ.
I'm gonna stop being so long-winded because y'all gonna stop, man. But listen, you're gonna get Trevor Lawrence. You're gonna have a lot of money to spend this defense. And put Reef's comment up there for me. He said NFL players don't always want to go to rebuild unless the bag is being thrown to them, which that hurts the cap space to sign other players. They have a lot of cap space right now. Me personally, their offense is a quarterback away to be competitive. You got DJ Chark. You just count James Robinson.
No, their offense is here.
You're a quarterback away. They're going to spend that bag. If people believe that Trevor Lawrence is who they say he is, they're going to spend that bag. It's the NFL. NFL players go to trash teams to get the most money because
it's pick 20 that I'm not sold on.
Who's the coach? Urban Meyer.
And it's also pick 20.
How do we know?
Who are they going to?
How do we know? How do we know?
How do we know he's okay?
What did you say? What did you say?
We don't know if Urban Meyer is going to be good in the NFL.
I don't think he's going to be good in the NFL.
Urban Meyer ain't been trash nowhere to me. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's going to at least compile a staff that's going to get him right.
All right.
With the cap space.
But the 20th pick, because Eric put a lot in that question, right? And I was sold on the cap. I'm sold on Trevor, but it's the pick 20th. I feel like that has to be a defensive game changer. Okay. And I don't know if that's there at 20.
Even if they don't, you don't want Eric said he don't want Urban. Even if they don't want Urban, they're going to get the top head coaching candidate in the market because of everything of what Eric said.
Who's that?
Okay,
who's the top head coaching candidate?
Whoever you deem as the top candidate, me personally, I have Brian Daboll as the top candidate. Some people have Eric Bieniemy. Cool. Whoever you have. They're going to get the top one because they have the number one overall pick and all this cap space. The Jags are going to come back. This division ain't all that. Come on now.
It ain't. I never liked the division.
Come on now. Let's not act like Eric asked for something crazy, even though he biased.
Now, I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question, but it was another one up there.
He definitely. That's the thing that scared me, bro. Like next thing.
And my whole thing is Urban ain't never really been nowhere that ain't ended in controversy. So
that's what I'm saying. The moment somebody stabs somebody in Duval, next thing you know, he gonna get metho CB. What's the metho? Say it for me.
Mesothelioma.
Yeah, because I dare
know if you're trying to say methamphetamines.
I could have said it.
Hey, that 19 crimes be hitting folks something, boy. I be telling you this. Hey, but from our guy Tori, he has a question. Fact of cap: if DeShaun Watson goes to Miami, they are automatically a contender. I don't see how that's a question because
they're borderline contender now. I was gonna say the same thing.
They
no
were
quarterback.
Are we sold on Fitzpatrick? That's a fact.
More than Tua. I'll take Fitz.
Yeah, no,
more than Tua. They might have won that last game and made the playoffs.
We don't need to spend much time on that one because
they still got cap space too. So they can go get another receiver.
And that's what I was saying, because they had a lot last year and they only spent about half. Because if you got $100 million and you spend $100 million this year, you're gonna be in debt for the next 5 years.
Yeah, but they spend enough. You know what I'm saying? They spent they spent 5 more wins enough.
Yeah. And my whole thing with what they did is they didn't necessarily have to spend this year because they had so much draft capital where they could spend to try and shore up some certain spots that were immediate needs, but then they can get, a bunch of future stuff where they can really get some stuff for future. So that's why they got Tua. That's why they got Austin Jackson. That's why they got Houston's third pick this year. Austin Jackson, the offensive
line. I was talking about the person you said before that.
Tua. But once again, like I said about the NBA, draft picks are lottery tickets. You're going to either, hit or you going to miss. And Tua was a miss. Austin Jackson.
Listen, I want to give y'all credit because y'all wasn't sold on Tua coming out the draft. And, y'all look like experts and, that y'all are, to a certain degree. But let's give him some time. He didn't have a
he definitely
didn't have a full off season. He's still recovering from an injury.
He got a chance.
And they're going through an offensive coordinator change as well. Let's see if they find an offensive coordinator that can fit his skills and
hopefully. I think that's the biggest issue.
My thing with it was he didn't look like he was used to throwing the ball to receivers that were NFL open. He looked like he was still trying to get to
Twide. He waiting for you to be Twide.
He looked like Jerry Judy running around open. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like
you ain't gonna find that.
He NFL open. It's a difference.
Yeah, it's NFL open is one step in front of your man.
We got 2 of these factor caps. Oh, AJ, scroll on up, baby. Let's see what we got.
All right, which one we doing next? We doing Q's?
Nah, we gotta go ahead and get Eric's out the way. Let me go ahead and get Eric's out the way.
You can't post it because I don't see this motherfucker.
It says 2.
I get it. Huh? Oh, I see it.
Factor cap. Cowboys franchise Dak again next year. I probably say fact. Unfortunately, I don't see you coming off injury and signing a mega deal. If they do it, kudos to them for just believing in that guy because they should have done it previously. But it's a business at the end of the day. And even if I was the GM and I loved Dak, but he was coming off this, I'm just going to franchise him.
I'm going to say cap because I don't think Dak is going to sign your franchise tag next year.
Ooh, I like that.
So don't
Wait. What are you going to do then?
You can force your way up out of there if that's the case.
Exactly.
But I feel like Dak, more than anybody else in recent history, is a Cowboy through and through.
But guess what? If you wasn't a Dak fan through and through, fuck you. I can go somewhere.
That don't have nothing to do with how he feels personally, bro.
But Dak understands that. Okay, if you didn't give me what I needed long term, I guarantee you a team will give Dak something long term.
Absolutely.
Whether it be
like he
a 2-year deal or. Okay, you know what? I love my mama, but I moved out her house.
But at this point, you got to listen to what Ken is saying right now. Dak was going to sign that contract that was offered to him. His agent told him not to sign that. He listened to his agent. He was ready to sign that offer that Jerry asked him to. So he's ready to be a Cowboy long term. They just seen what we went through. They just seen what we went through.
Bro, that franchise is a lot of money. Like, you'll be a fool now. It's guaranteed.
It's 37. His franchise is 37 mil.
Thank you. So it's like,
a long term got to start off with 37 mil.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like I could sign the franchise and then get an extension later this year.
AJ, what you can sign? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say cap. They're going to sign him, and they can restructure this deal to lower this cap number. You know what I'm saying? They can finagle these numbers, but at the end of the day, their number got to start at 37, bro. So
and that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's not going to be a franchise. It's not going to be a franchise tag. Unless they say unless they get to that deadline.
On whose part? What you saying?
I'm saying that Dak is I'm going to say cap. Dak is not going to sign this franchise tag.
Okay, that's why I want to hear I want to hear who's not going to sign it, because they was already prepared to franchise tag him twice.
Exactly.
They was already prepared to do that.
No, I get you.
Because you can't let them walk. And I'm signing on the franchise. If I'm a quarterback, bro, I'm signing my franchise tag.
If I'm a player.
No, not if I'm a kicker, Hill.
No, it's not if I'm a running back. I'm not signing. If I'm a running back, I'm not signing no franchise tag.
If I'm a middle linebacker, if I'm some of these positions that don't have premium dollars, bro, I'm not signing no franchise, because you're just going to get the average of the top player at that position. So quarterback, it's a lot of money, but for right guard, it necessarily ain't life-changing money, bro. You feel me?
We think differently. You know how I'm gonna get this money.
It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. So I'll probably
get this money regardless. I mean, it's a gamble.
Especially if I feel like they're gonna offer me extension past this year, I might as well just sign it. Especially if I like the team. And I think that's what I'm trying to say about that. He likes being a Cowboy. He grew up a Cowboy fan. If I grew up, y'all know if I made it to Washington football team, it's gonna take more than a franchise tag to make me want to leave, because I've been loyal for a long time to them. So they're gonna really have to disrespect me for me to want out of there.
But they want to make
if the Bengals tried to sign me to a franchise tag, even though I've been a loyal fan, y'all ain't been loyal to me. Because if y'all was loyal to me, y'all have signed Andrew Whitworth. Y'all have did all this. But y'all cheat. I'm not about to give nobody no hometown discount. I ain't giving you no hometown discount on my play.
You different. Cowboys. I might be out here league minimum for the Cowboys out here, bro. Like, I ain't gonna cap to you. Like I said, bro. That's my team, bro.
Right now, if the Bengals wanted to sign me league minimum, because I'm a league minimum motherfucker. I'm not no NFL talent. If I'm a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, lock me up.
Bro, if the AAF want me right now, I'm signing, bro. Like, I don't know what you think. I'm broke.
Go ahead. Look, go ahead and put Q's. There you go. Fact the cap. This is from Q. Nets sold the future and the bench and the future for twice. I feel you, Q. For James Harden. Doesn't matter that they're the best. Doesn't matter that they're the best team in the league now.
Are they the best team in the league?
I think it's fact. I don't know about the second half what he was trying to say, but the first part, they mortgaged the future, the bench, and the future for Harden. But let me tell you what I heard somebody say, and I just think it's true. The NBA is a lot different from the NFL. Like the NFL, you can really build through the draft. It is hard to build through the draft through the NBA because late round picks don't hit for shit. Right, and it's like lottery picks, you know it, and then those mid-round picks, that takes a few years.
Dragon Bender, Marquise.
Let's compare we're just comparing it to a different sport, right? It hits more, so it's like normally, like Jason Tatum was a high pick, he's living up to it. You feel me? Devin Book high pick, he's living up to it. But
Devin Book was 13. It wasn't like Devin Book.
But hold on, he still was lottery. Now, what they're saying is to win in the league in the NBA, you got to leverage superstars because it's so hard to build through the draft. And so that's the philosophy that the Brooklyn Nets are doing right now. They're playing poker and they're all in on trying to leverage superstars. So I say fact. They did mortgage the future. Are they the best team in the league? Hell no, to me. Hell, not to me, Q. And I don't think they will be by year's end. But if somehow, some way, Steve Nash can get through to Kyrie's crazy self and Harden's ISO crazy self also, and build a culture in there to where they actually play team ball, and then they get some defense somehow. This is a 2-year project I'm speaking on. They can eventually. I feel like they did mortgage their future, but it might actually be worth it if they turn into a legitimate team. And that's a big if. So don't think that I'm sold on Brooklyn, y'all, because I'm not.
I'm going. I forgot the question. I'm going just cap just cause.
Yeah, regardless.
Because I don't believe in nothing Brooklyn. Because you got Harden's on the super max, or he's on a max, right?
Max.
We know Kyrie and KD's on the max, right?
Mm-hmm.
That limits you to get anybody.
That does.
So everything that they do this year
might have to be it.
Is pivotal for next year. Because if they look controversial or if they look suspect, if they don't get to the conference finals, then nobody's coming there to take league minimum to just come to win a championship because you didn't show anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And then if Steve Nash can't get them to buy in, how can you get free agents to buy in and say, "Hey, look"? Yeah,
no, if Steve Nash can't get them to buy in, it's done. It is done, and that's why I said back, because that's what Q was saying. They pretty much sold their future, and they might never even grasp it. You feel what I'm saying?
They have to get to the conference finals.
They got to get to the finals, bro.
No, because
the conference finals, because it'll show that they
top 5 players, bro.
I get that.
And Kyrie, I don't know what he is right now.
I get that. I get what you're saying.
I feel like, bro, I need to. They're saying already. They said they're the best team in the East. I don't believe that, but that's what they're saying already. So if you're the best team in the East, you better make it to the finals.
But it was a 2-part question, though, Danny.
I think players in the league understand that it's going to take time for things to mesh and gel. So they're gonna look at the progress that they make, but they won't say like, "Oh, like now that you guys are here, you guys automatically got to be good," because you have to learn to play together and stuff like that. The reason why KD fits so well into Golden State is because KD came into a situation where they actually had an offense, but throwing a KD in there only makes you better. KD went to the Harrison Barnes role that they had, but he's 37 times better than Harrison Barnes, so it only took them like exponentially greater. Throwing 2 guys who are ball dominant onto a team with KD, now you just got to figure out who's gonna get the ball at certain times.
And so how's KD gonna get the ball?
But Ken, this is why I said going to the conference final is so pivotal. Think about last year.
Think about Philly.
No. Think about last year. Every free agent was linked to the Clippers. And why was they linked to the Clippers? Because they thought it was an easy path to the championship.
They did.
And they were like, you know what? We go to the Clippers, easy path to the championship. It's not.
It's not.
Like Dollar said, they're going to get more people. They're going to get free agents. They're going to get somebody. They're going to add pieces. We get that. But if they don't go to the conference finals, free agents are going to see why they didn't.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, I'm not about to sign league minimum to go play for them, and they can't get it together. It's not a guarantee that I'm going to get a championship with them when I can go to somewhere else. Like, let's say Philly keeps it together. Let's say Philly keeps it going. Because right now, the Nets can't beat Philly right now.
They can't, bro. But my thing was that Kyrie and Kevin Durant was talking big trash like they were going to just be contenders without Harden.
We could defer on that. We could, but I believe they would have figured it out.
But here's my thing: had Spencer Dinwiddie not gotten hurt and stuff like that,
they would have been a problem.
They would have been a problem because there was enough ball to kind of go around with that team, and Dinwiddie knows his role. And then I think, even though Kyrie still thinks he's the number one, I think there would have been enough to split with him and KD. Now with Harden and Kyrie, it's gonna be ugly.
We gotta keep it in perspective, bro. It ain't even been 20 games yet.
No, 100%. But I'm just saying,
it's been this NBA season has been kind of exciting for some reason because of the names.
Kinda.
It been exciting?
Yeah. Why kinda?
But that's what I'm saying. But it's still early. So you can't hang. It's like the things that we're saying now. We could be talking totally different in March.
Yeah, after every NBA year.
We're gonna be talking totally different in February. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta kind of like keep that, and we gotta keep that in perspective. Can I read this?
All right, fact of cap. Washington football team will have a new name by next season. I'm gonna say cap, man, because bro, why? This is my whole reason why I didn't want a placeholder name, because I predicted it. I said, what if we do well this year? Now, granted, in the scheme of everybody else, we didn't do well, but in the scheme of what AJ sent me, not having a playoff win in the last since 2005, actually getting to the playoffs and actually competing against the Bucks, I felt like that's opportunity for us. So it's like, there we got rid of the bandwagon fans. All the people who stuck with us during the name change, I consider them loyal. So I feel like just keep Washington football team, bro. There were a lot of good names floating around last year. You should have used one of them, but you missed that opportunity. What I don't want to be is to be 3 names in 3 years. That's whack.
Remember what I told you last year? Why I knew y'all wasn't gonna have a name for this year, Kenny? Is because it was all that shit surrounding Dan Snyder, and it was like if Dan Snyder can't name this team, and then it goes to a new owner, because that's gonna almost be his legacy. Had Dan Snyder just decided I'm gonna sell the team, then maybe that's fine. But with all the controversy that was surrounding Dan Snyder, you can't let him name your team regardless of whatever it's gonna be, because guess what? It's gonna be controversy always, because at the end of the day, that's Dan Snyder's legacy. So until that shit gets worked out, there's nothing gonna be happening. And then when they do decide on a name, it's still gonna take probably a year or 2 just for that name to circulate, because you have to go through all the licensing shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of licensing.
Build out all the shit. Make sure, like, you can't even change your uniforms in the NFL unless you give them, I think, 2 years in advance notice.
Because they have a contract with a manufacturer that makes those things, bro. So it's like, you can't just come in 15 days in the season and say, "Hey, we need brand new units." It doesn't work like that. The NFL is a real business and got to work the way that real business does, through procurement and orders. So it's like, all of this stuff takes time. And you're not the only team. There's 32 other organizations that might have new uniforms and other stuff that we got to prepare for.
I thought about this. I did. I actually did think about this. And I was going to say cap. I'm going to go fact. And the reason why I'm going to go fact, because now is definitely the perfect opportunity to rebrand. Daniel Snyder's still here. He didn't get pushed out. They're not going to push him out. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So now that he beat his case or whatever, he can actually take the time and come up and they can choose a name. Now they can choose a name. They can rebrand. They can, keep the jersey, keep the colors, and they can do all that the same. They can keep all that the same. They don't have to, but at this opportunity, they can't. They have enough time that they can actually come through that. Because think about it, it was kind of late in the process.
It was late. It was late
in the process when they wanted to change the name, and then they wanted to change like jerseys and all that. It was kind of late in the process. Now they have all the time in the world to come up with a whole rollout for a rebrand, and they coming off winning the division. This might be the perfect time to change the name.
Better be listen, man. The name gotta sell me, because we about to be the Redskins, Washington football team, and whatever new name in 3 year span, bro. That's terrible when you look back at the history.
But think about y'all was supposed to be and on top of that, being the Washington football team was a joke. It was a joke. But then y'all took that and made it credible.
Yeah.
So y'all could make it seem. Y'all could stay with the football team, to be quite honest.
And that's why I said
it's not even funny anymore.
It's not.
Football team coming.
Got your Alabama uniforms and everything. So, the numbers on the side of the helmet. That's all you need.
We definitely put knees up here. That's funny. Derived.
The revolution.
Yeah.
Hey, the Washington. Hey, look.
Now we're gonna wrap it up with this last
protesters, man. The Washington protesters.
We're gonna wrap it up with this last one. Read that, AJ.
Fact of cap. Phillies fans the most consistent as far as fans being ungrateful.
Absolutely, 100% cap, bro. I mean, I'm sorry. I was thinking cap just because Philly fans cap so much, but your statement is fact, Reed. They are the most consistent, bro, and just being ungrateful, bro. 2 weeks ago they wanted Doug gone, and then they fired Doug, and now they mad.
Man, how the fuck y'all mad at Santa Claus, bro?
Bruh. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest on this one, because this is our last topic. Come on now. This is a fact. They are ungrateful. Y'all ain't won a Super Bowl in none of y'all lives.
None.
And NFL, like in Super Bowl history, there's never been a Philadelphia Super Bowl. They have championships. Y'all they don't have a Super Bowl.
Y'all been begging for a Super Bowl. This guy wins a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. Let's talk about with a backup quarterback.
Tricky Nicky.
Come on now. And then you ready to get rid of him? First of all, hold on. Let's be honest. Y'all was just mad at Carson Wentz all season. Y'all was mad at Carson Wentz all season. He acquiesced to all y'all wishes and replaces Carson Wentz, puts in the backup.
What the motherfucker y'all was asking for?
Y'all get excited. Hold on. Now let's rewind. Last year, he put the team on his back. Y'all, galvanized the troops and y'all win the division. Y'all get to the playoffs. And then it was a fluke loss because your quarterback got injured early in the game. So who knows if y'all would have won or lost that game. But Doug Peterson showed that when the times get tough, he can regroup. He can take a punch.
I'm glad he's gone. I'm going to tell you that much.
He can take a punch. So you mean to tell me that it got ugly for y'all in Philly and that y'all don't want to take somebody? Y'all don't want this guy that been through the mud with y'all before? Like, y'all don't want him? Come on now. Y'all ungrateful as hell. Y'all ungrateful as hell.
That's super fact. And I like just with the Eagles, we ain't even got to get into the Phillies and the 76ers. Just with the Eagles, that is super fact.
Yeah, they was happy about Andy gone.
What they don't realize is the amount of injuries that they had on that offensive line. It was bad. A lot of what'd you say?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like they don't understand the injuries that team had with through this season.
No, it was bad.
And so
your Cox was out.
Bro, you're like it's okay to have a down season because how do y'all not realize what just happened? Your team got ravaged with injuries. Jason Peters was injured and old. You had, I believe Lane Johnson got hurt too, right?
Bro, everybody on the defensive line got except Kelsey. Except Kelsey, the center.
Everybody is hurt. So even if you think Carson Wentz is the guy, he can't be the guy behind 4 backups and Kelsey.
Bro. Then the defense got hurt. Like the offense was already hurt. Then the defense got hurt. So you had 100. You might have had the second most injuries behind the 49ers.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's be honest. And y'all had an opportunity to still win the division.
Yeah.
You supposed to get that man. He won y'all Super Bowl. You supposed to get that man at least one more year.
After his bad
at least you built a statue of this man. Give him 3.
You supposed to keep people supposed to be on the hot seat. You supposed to let people feel that fire, bro.
Not when you have not had a Super Bowl. He's the first person to ever done it. The history of your org, you got to build this man a statue. I'm 100%.
Bro, how many people with statues gonna be on the hot seat the next year after you build him a statue?
Bro, I had a factor cap that I didn't even get to. I had Mike. I was going to ask if Mike Tomlin on the hot seat next year.
Oh,
feel what I'm saying?
Hey, in the chat, do y'all want us to end this live, or do you want us to go ahead and get the Hills factor cap? Should Mike Tomlin be on the hot seat? Give us y'all answers, and if I get 4 yeses,
we gonna go to 130. We gonna just add.
All right, fuck it. Let's
go to 130. We can go to 130. We at 118 right now, so let's roll through it. Factor cap, is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat next year?
Yes.
I would say yes, but he's just a Rooney, so I don't know. I can't give a definitive fact or cap.
Go ahead.
The reason why I say yes, he is on the hot seat is because look at look at his tenure. Yeah, he ain't never had no losing seasons, but I remember Marty Schottenheimer in San Diego got bounced after a 14-2 year because you couldn't get motherfuckers over the hump in the playoffs. Unfortunately, Mike Tomlin has really run into some buzzsaws in the goddamn playoffs with those Ravens teams, those Patriots teams, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, seeing I can't blame him for, AB, Le'Veon Bell, and even this Juju bullshit. But when it seems like your message is getting stale, it's time to move on. Just like I hate to bring it back to the shit, but I don't think Marvin Lewis was a bad coach. I think Marvin Lewis is underrated as a coach. To do the shit that you did in Cincinnati, you can coach. But at certain points, shit gets stale and you got to move on. Like John Harbaugh in San Francisco, his shit just got stale with his message got stale, and it was time to move on. Sometimes you can have success and you can still be successful, and it's time to move on.
And I agree with that 100%.
By saying he's on the hot seat, I don't think he should necessarily be fired next year. I'm just saying at least give us
considered.
At least, if you can't have playoff success, I'm not saying you got to go out and win a Super Bowl next year or you fired. At least have some playoff success. Don't get bounced out in the first round next year or something like that. You know what I mean? Play a good competitive game in the divisional round, or get the number 1 seed and then win a game and go to the championship, like the AFC Championship or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, he should definitely be on the hot seat. Should he be fired based off Pittsburgh? No. But think about it. All Steelers fans was telling me all season, oh, wait till we get a quarterback. Wait till we get Big Ben back. Okay.
You got him.
I wasn't sold. You got Big Ben back, and what did you do? Y'all started off hot. Y'all started off smoking. You thought it was good. You thought it was sweet. Then you got exposed. Like I said,
bathroom being in the Steelers, it's gonna be a lot harder in the playoffs because y'all ain't the schedule was cupcakes. Because I knew the schedule was cupcakes because I played the same schedule as y'all, and we was in the shit competitively.
But this is the thing. Like I said, like I stated early, they got to run it back based off how they didn't prepare for the future,
and they have to.
So if you're gonna run it back,
you got to
put everybody on the hot seat. Because at the end, if you're gonna blow it up.
Now this is what scares me. So I done pulled out some facts about the Roonies, man.
Uh-oh.
So Chuck Noll was head coach from 1969 all the way until 1991. God damn, right? And then Bill Cowher was coach. Lifetime. You see what I'm saying? And so then Bill Cowher was coach from 1992 to 2007. Now, both of these coaches retired. Neither one of them were fired. And so that just leads me to believe that regardless of what Mike does, and I looked at the records, Cowher and Noll had way worse records. You see what I'm saying? And so that leads me to believe that Mike is not going to be on a hot seat until he's ready to retire there, bro, because that is the Rooney way. And there's over 40 years dating back to 1969 to prove that. So it'll take one of them got to pass away in order for Mike Tomlin to come on a hot seat, bro. No.
I'm with you, and they came at me hard last year when I said, oh, he on the hot seat if he don't, because I said he wasn't going to be afforded the same opportunity as those other coaches, and they came at me hard. They said, you don't know my franchise, they
different, bro. They believe in their guys,
and I'm 100% sold right now. But I'm just saying
But I think he should. I agree with y'all. He should be on it.
Because the media loves Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
The media gets you hired, and the media gets
fired.
you fired.
Yes, they do.
So if the media the mainstream media start putting that fire on the Mike Tomlin, then it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different.
Okay, so hypothetically speaking,
this is funny. Go ahead. Go hypothetically speaking. Go ahead.
Mike Tomlin finished with the same record as the Bengals next year. He not on the hot seat.
What if the Bengals are good next year? Then you just messed up. Your hypothetical's done.
I didn't mess up.
They go to the playoffs.
I didn't mess up. I know what the fuck I'm talking about here.
That's crazy, bro. Like y'all was on the path to trending up, bro, this year with Joe Burrow. Like that's not acting like y'all was bottom of the barrel.
Exactly.
But my whole thing is we were trending up, and just knowing how the franchise that I am a part of, seeing what the trajectory that the Browns are on, The Browns actually made the necessary steps and actually realized this is the type of shit that we need to do to be good.
There's a difference.
Exactly, it's a difference.
But
I know
my difference is different. Whatever you think.
I know that you think it's a difference, but I'm telling you, it ain't no difference. We've been doing this shit since 1968.
Yeah, but next year the Browns gonna have expectations,
and then it's different.
That's the difference, bro. When
and the Browns have never done well
with expectations.
Tim Crouch.
They had expectations this year.
No, they did not, because they had expectations last year and they failed. So this year, everybody was like, "Well, it's the Browns." You didn't have any expectation for the Browns. Let's not do that.
I didn't have expectations for the Browns because
nobody did.
Yeah, but I knew that where we would. I know that they wouldn't.
It's not about that statement I made was not about.
I'm talking about if you are in contention with possibly being the last place team in the AFC North, will Mike Tomlin be on the hot seat? But
they're not going to beat. Bro, they went 8-8 with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges.
I'm giving you a hypothetical, Hill. I'm saying if they are in contention.
How many times I'm gonna tell y'all about these hypotheticals that I can't see a hypothetical once I see in real life?
You just gave us hypotheticals on the last 3 episodes. So now
my hypotheticals have some validity. Okay. I just seen Mike Tomlin go out there and win with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges 8-8.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying?
Keep saying Duck Hodges, man.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Okay. I'm not trying to disrespect what you said.
Don't worry about it. I'll ask what it becomes.
You know where to find me.
I'm just saying, like, I'll ask when
it becomes a reality.
Chuck Noll and Bill Cowher for multiple.
That's not disrespect, Reeve. I said this shit.
And never was on a hot seat.
What'd you say? Repeat that, Ken.
I'm just saying that they were afforded multiple losing seasons. I know that Tomlin is a different hue. Y'all might want to go check that episode too, a different hue. Shameless plug. But I just feel like, bro, he's in there. He's been there for 14 years. The Rooneys have a Rooney rule. They clearly ain't tripping off his hue. You see what I'm saying? They the ones that advocated for it. So it's like
most owners go off numbers. These is
good numbers. He got the numbers, bro.
These is good numbers.
Yeah.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.